Okay, masters, let's do meditation. All of you take position. Today, Prasanth is absent, so that's why I told you. ప్రతి ఒక్క వ్యక్తి కూడా మీ యొక్క పొజిషన్ లో కూర్చోండి, ధ్యాన స్థితిలో కూర్చోండి, ఎలాగైనా కూర్చోవచ్చు. హ్యాపీగా కూర్చోండి, శరీరానికి ఎలాంటి ఇబ్బంది కలగకుండా కూర్చోండి. జస్ట్ 10 minutes. Close your eyes. Nine, eight, five, four, three, one, zero. One, four, three, two, one, zero. Okay, so what is my okay? ఈరోజు వెల్కమ్ చేస్తున్నాం.
Yeah, Kamalakar sir, your voice is breaking. So friends, Sridevi ma'am unnaru. So welcome to Sridevi ma'am. Please continue the session.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, good morning. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Let us start our session. After a long time, I came back again. Let us continue with the tenses what Prashant sir was taking. Now, voice of the clear now. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shekhar. Yeah, let us continue. In the past few classes, I think Prashant sir is taking tenses. Tenses, the examples and చూస్తున్నారు అని చెప్పారు. That only will continue. If you have any doubts, you can surely ask. Able to see my screen? Yeah, in the last two sessions, in the last session, you have seen regarding past continuous tense and its examples. Yes or no? If at all you are unable to unmute yourself and speak, at least respond through chatting so that things may go on. నాకు అర్థమవుతూ ఉంటుంది మీ అందరూ అర్థమవుతుంది అని. Yeah, good evening everyone. Good evening Sonia ma'am. Yeah, last classes low past this I think this has been done. Past continuous tense, positive sentences you have seen, negative sentences you have seen, and negative question sentences also you have seen. In this class, we'll continue with past perfect continuous tenses. Same pattern will follow. Positive sentences we'll see, negative sentences also we'll see, and some question framing sentences also we will see. Yes, ma'am, past continuous tense. We are seeing with past continuous tense only. Yeah. Let me start with some examples so that you two can continue with the same examples. past perfect continuous tense. Past tense itself means the things which have already been completed in the past. Past tense అంటే ఏమని అనుకున్నాము, ఏవైతే థింగ్స్ పాస్ట్ లో అయిపోయినాయో దాన్ని చెప్పడం గురించి ఈ టెన్స్ వాడతాము. పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ వచ్చేసి పాస్ట్ లో స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి ప్రెసెంట్ కూడా కొంచెం కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది. మనం మాట్లాడే టైంకి వెదర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆల్రెడీ వర్క్ విల్ బి డన్, బట్ లాస్ట్ టైం అయ్యేసరికి అది కొంచెం కంటిన్యూ అయ్యే వాటిని పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్సెస్ లో సెంటెన్సెస్ వాడతారు. జస్ట్ సీ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I have been starting at 5 o'clock or so. I have been starting from the school. Right now it is 7 o'clock, but I am saying about an incident which has happened at 5 o'clock. Our time ki 5 o'clock em chestunnanante, what I'll be saying, I have been starting. నేను 5 o'clock కి స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాను, కానీ ఇప్పుడు 7 అవుతుంది. నేను 5 o'clock కి స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాను. ఆ పని ఆల్రెడీ పాస్ట్ లో అయిపోయింది, కానీ ఆ టైంకి నేనేం చేస్తున్నాను, కంటిన్యూస్ గా ఆ పని చేస్తున్నాను. కాబట్టి దేర్ దిస్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ విల్ బి అప్లైడ్ ఫర్ ద పాస్ట్ థింగ్స్. స్పెసిఫిక్ టైంలో పాస్ట్ లో ఏం చేస్తున్నామని చెప్పటానికి ఈ పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ విల్ బి యూస్డ్. సో ఐ హ్యాడ్ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్, ఇక్కడ కంటిన్యూ కంప్లీట్ సెంటెన్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు, వీ కెన్ టేక్ ఇట్ ఫర్ ద పాస్ట్ టైం ఓన్లీ, యాజ్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇండికేట్స్ పాస్ట్ అయిపోయిన విషయాల గురించి చెప్తుంది కాబట్టి. సో ఇఫ్ వి టేక్ ద పాజిటివ్ సెంటెన్స్ యాజ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్, ఫర్ దట్ negative sentence will be I hadn't been starting. So for that question will be I had been starting. Past perfect continuous tense definition also he has clearly given. Let us check it once. Past perfect continuous tense indicates the past actions which has started in the past and continued to happen after another action time in the past. పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ అనేవి పాస్ట్ లోనే స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి పాస్ట్ లో ఫర్ సమ్ టైమ్ ఇట్ విల్ బి కంటిన్యూస్, లేటర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి ఓవర్, బట్ దట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ we will be for that continuous work we will be using this past perfect continuous tense. Namely, past perfect continuous tense tells us how long the action has continued. ఇంతసేపు ఆ యాక్షన్ అయ్యింది అని చెప్పటానికి we will be using this past perfect continuous tense. The duration of action is emphasized more in this tense. ఏవైతే యాక్షన్స్ ఎంత టైం తీసుకొని కంప్లీట్ చేసామో అని డ్యూరేషన్ చెప్పడానికి ఈ పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ అనేది మనము ఎక్కువగా వాడతాము. మనం ఎగ్జామ్స్ రాయాలన్నా, అయిపోయిన థింగ్స్ చెప్పాలన్నా పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో వెరీ మచ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ప్రెసెంట్ సింపుల్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంటో ఈ పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్సెస్ కూడా స్పెసిఫిక్ గా మనం రాసే ఆన్సర్స్ కానీ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ కానీ ఇట్ ఈస్ మచ్ యూస్డ్. As we have started seeing the examples, hope all of you are getting. Is it ardhamautunda? Kavita madam has raised her hand. Unmute cheyadaniki vastunda naku.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, you are able to understand. Thank you, ma'am. So past perfect continuous tense are the actions which have been started in the past and it has continued for some time and then it has ended. Specifically, these past perfect continuous tenses are used to say about the things which regarding their duration. Inta time varaku adi na duration lo chesamu ani cheppadaniki past perfect continuous tenses ni manamu use chestamu. So for this also we will be saying 3 types of examples so that it will be ఈజీ ఫర్ ఆల్. అదే ప్యాటర్న్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నాం కదా ఇన్ని రోజుల నుంచి, ఇప్పుడు కూడా అదే ప్యాటర్న్ ఫాలో అవుదాం. ఫస్ట్, ఐ హ్యాడ్ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఎట్ సమ్ టైమ్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్. ఐ హ్యాడ్ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఫర్ సమ్ వర్క్. ఐ హ్యాడ్ నాట్ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్. Just imagine at around 8 o'clock or so we will be moving on to our office. I had been starting at 8 a.m. I had not been starting at 8 a.m. Had I been starting 8 a.m. ki asalu start ayyana? It is a question mark. Next example, you had been starting. First person thought I, next second person with you. You had been starting. You had not been starting. Had you been starting? After all this third questions tarvata question mark vastundi. అక్కడ ఇవ్వలేదు, బట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి మనం పెట్టాలి. హ్యాడ్ యూ బీన్ స్టార్టింగ్, అసలు స్టార్ట్ అయ్యావా, అవుతున్నావా. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇట్ ఈస్ విత్ ద థర్డ్ పర్సన్, దట్ ఈస్ he had been starting, he hadn't been starting, had he been starting. Here he has given small gender mistake, maybe sentence paiki kinda kainattundi. Had he been starting. Coming to the fourth example, can anyone read out that example, Kavita ma'am or someone else? Yeah, I think I can unmute. Yeah, ma'am.
Had he been starting?
Yeah, had he been starting. Yeah, question. Next example, she had been starting. This is also she and he, both are third person. He has given the same example for third person, he, she and it. She had been starting, she hadn't been starting, had she been starting. Look at 3 types of sentences which are only that pronoun is changing. Apart from that, the 3 sentences are same. Coming to the next example, it had been starting, it hadn't been starting, had it been starting. So like that, we need to continue with the sentences. Next, after it, we need to use the third person, we had been starting, we had not been starting, had we been starting. First positive sentence, next negative sentence where not will be used, and third is question mark. In the negative sentences, we can clearly observe that 2 types of negative is there. We had not been starting, we hadn't been starting. Contradiction forms మనం already చూసాము. While writing, we will be writing both. While reading also contradiction form గానీ full form గానీ ఏదైనా ఒకటి చదవచ్చు. అక్కడ 2 types ఇచ్చారు, but as you feel comfortable, you can say it. Next, they had been starting, they hadn't been starting, had they been starting. So ఇక్కడ 3 persons గురించి ఇచ్చారు. ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ లో I, సెకండ్ పర్సన్ లో you, థర్డ్ పర్సన్ లో he, she, it, we, you and they. You will be coming under second person only, sorry. So for first person I, second person you, third person he, she, it, we and they. Next, coming to the few more examples. They had been being friends since childhood. వాళ్ళు ఫ్రెండ్స్ అనేది ఎప్పటి నుంచి ఉన్నారు, చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి, అంటే చైల్డ్హుడ్ నుంచి వాళ్ళు ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఇప్పటి కూడా ఫ్రెండ్స్, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్టిల్ కంటిన్యూయింగ్. ద థింగ్స్ హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్. చైల్డ్హుడ్ అంటే వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు పెద్దగా అయిపోయారు, బట్ వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయింది, వాళ్ళు చిన్న ఉన్నప్పుడు, అంటే పాస్ట్ లో. అది ఇంకా కంటిన్యూ అవుతూనే ఉంది. దే హ్యాడ్ బీన్ బీయింగ్ ఫ్రెండ్ సిన్స్ చైల్డ్హుడ్. సో past perfect continuous tense is used for the sentences to say the things which has already started in the past and still it is continued, and somehow it will be completed. కొన్ని కంప్లీట్ అయిన సెంటెన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని కంప్లీట్ కంటిన్యూస్ లో ఉన్న సెంటెన్సెస్, వాటికి పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తారు. సో ఇక్కడ మన ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లో వచ్చేసి ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయింది, చైల్డ్హుడ్ లో స్టార్ట్ అయింది, అది ఇంకా అలాగే కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది. సిన్స్ చైల్డ్హుడ్ నుంచి వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ అనేది అలా కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది. దే హ్యాడ్ బీన్ ఫ్రెండ్ సిన్స్ చైల్డ్హుడ్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ past perfect continuous tense. Next, Thomas had been trying to repair the phone the whole day. As we have just seen, this past perfect continuous tense is emphasized on the duration of the work. ఇందాకే మనము దాని what it is called as definition చెప్పుకున్నప్పుడు we have saw it that past perfect continuous tense ఎప్పుడు వాడతాము, జరిగిన పని డ్యూరేషన్ ఎంతసేపు అయింది, ఎంతసేపు ఆ వర్క్ జరిగింది అన్న దానికి మనము we will be using this past perfect continuous tense. See here, Thomas had been trying to repair the phone whole day. హోల్ డే అంతా కూడా థామస్ ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు, ఆ ఫోన్ ని రిపేర్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తూనే ఉన్నాడు. హియర్ క్లియర్లీ ద హోల్ డే డ్యూరేషన్ has been mentioned. So here also the past perfect continuous tense is correct for this statement. Next, we had been studying all day, so we are tired. Here also he is mentioning ఎంతసేపు చదివాము, the whole day we are studying. So in the past, from morning or somewhere we have started and it continued till whole day, and the duration of studying has been clearly mentioned. So here also it is very much correct to use the past perfect continuous tense. He hadn't been reading a book. So this work has not been started at all. This is an example of negative sentence. He had been reading a book. For that, this is the negative sentence in the negative kind of sentence. He hadn't been reading a book. అంటే అతను అసలు బుక్ చదవడం అన్నది స్టార్టే చేయలేదు. నెక్స్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I hadn't been cooking any meal when she came home. తన ఇంటికి వచ్చే వరకు అసలు నేను కుకింగ్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో నెగిటివ్ సెంటెన్స్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద పాజిటివ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఫర్ దిస్? కెన్ ఎనీవన్ సే పాజిటివ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఫర్ దిస్ సెంటెన్స్? అడ్రస్ చేసినా లేదా మెసేజ్ లో చేసినా I'll unmute. Shall I unmute Kavita madam only?
Okay, madam. Good evening, madam.
Yeah, who is this?
I am Shankar Rao, madam.
Just a second, sir. Yeah, same is sir. Yeah, by mistake I have stopped my sharing. Yeah, same is sir. I have asked for the negative comment of that statement. Negative sentence already undi, dandi positive statement cheppali.
I had been cooking any meal when she came to my home.
Yeah, very good. I had been cooking any meal. అంటే ఏదో ఒకటి ఆ టైంకి కుక్ చేస్తున్నాను when she came to my home. That for that negative sentence has been given as example. తను వచ్చేసరికి ఆల్రెడీ తను వచ్చింది, ఆ వచ్చేసరికి అంటే అంతకన్నా ముందే, విచ్ ఈస్ పాస్ట్ థింగ్. వచ్చేసరికి నేను ఏదో ఒకటి కుక్ చేయడం స్టార్ట్ చేశాను, అప్పటికే కుక్ చేస్తున్నాను, తను వచ్చేసరికి నేను కుక్ చేస్తున్నాను. నెక్స్ట్ సెంటెన్స్. యా, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. యూ హ్యాడ్ నాట్ బీన్ studying English all day. This is also negative sentence. Can anyone say positive statement for this?
You had been studying English all day.
Yeah, very good. Bindu madam has also raised her hand. Let me unmute. Yeah. Yeah, Bindu madam.
You had been studying English all day.
Yeah, very good. And what is the question for this? Question form.
Had you been studying English all day?
Yeah, very good.
Hadn't you been studying English all day?
Yeah, very good. Positive question statement chepparu madam. Negative question statement kuda chepparu madam. Had you been studying all day? Hadn't you been studying all day? అసలు డే అంతా చదువుతున్నావా నువ్వు, అసలు డే అంతా చదవట్లేదా నువ్వు అని రెండు క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా చెప్పారు. ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్ కరెక్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, హ్యాడ్ హీ బీన్ కుక్, అగైన్ సేమ్ సెంటెన్స్ ఆర్ am I reading? Yeah, had he been cooking any meal when she came home? This is the question form of the previous sentence. Had he been cooking any meal when she came home? We have already seen the negative statement, we have seen the positive statement. This is the question of the same sentence. తను వచ్చేసరికి అసలు ఏమన్నా కుక్ చేస్తున్నాడా? Whether it is yes or no, the answer will be there. Had you been studying English all day? This is also question form of the previous example. Had he been reading a book? There he has used the pronoun he. In this example, he has used the pronoun you. Akkada you, he anedi ochindi. So if we take it as separate sentence, then had you been studying English all day? For this, can anyone say negative sentence? And positive sentence also.
Hadn't you been studying English all day?
Yeah, hadn't you been studying English all day? No, డే అంతా అసలు ఇంగ్లీష్ చదవట్లేదా, చదువుతున్నాడా లేదా అన్నది ఇట్స్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్. అండ్ పాజిటివ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఫర్ దిస్,
You had been studying English all day.
yeah, you had been studying English all day. నెగటివ్ సెంటెన్స్ వచ్చేసి క్వశ్చన్ కాకుండా నెగటివ్.
You hadn't been studying English all day.
Yeah, very good. You hadn't been studying English all day. Coming to few more examples. Past perfect continuous tense, idaithe clear kada. ఈ past perfect continuous tense ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తాం మనము? For the things which has already been started in the past. Past లోనే స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి కొంచెం సేపటి వరకు కంటిన్యూ అయ్యి దే విల్ ఎండ్, దే మే నాట్ ఎండ్. ఆ రెండు సిచ్యువేషన్స్ లో మనము పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తాము. స్పెసిఫిక్ గా ఈ పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ లో మనము ఆ పని ఎంత డ్యూరేషన్ అయ్యింది అన్నది we will concentrate on, we will emphasize on the duration of the time for which it has been continued. So it is past perfect continuous tense. Here he has given few more examples. For this, we will be writing positive and negative. First cheppandi, later after the class you can write it. Okay, unmute andarni unmute option untunda, okotesari undademo. Let me check. Yeah, 15 are there. Yeah, mute option, okay, no. Anyway, I don't know all the things. Yeah, we'll continue. Whoever raises the hand, I'll unmute them so that you can say the answer. First example here he has given is, he had been studying since morning. So our example, first example is, he had been studying since morning. So what can be the negative form for this sentence?
He hadn't been studying since morning.
Yeah, very good. Shall I write or we will continue like this only? Yeah, he had not been studying since morning. Yeah, what is the negative? This is someone is speaking. Yeah, Satya garu, can you please mute yourself? Yeah. Yeah, thank you, friends. Yeah. For the first statement, negative sentence is, statement itself is, he had been studying since morning. Atanu morning nunchi continuous ga chadutune unnadu. For that, negative sentence is, he had not been studying since morning. Atanu morning nunchi asalu chadavatam ledu. For this, question is,
hadn't he been studying since morning?
Had he been studying since morning? Had been majalo, this pronoun will be moving in between had and been. So hadn't he been studying since morning? For this question, negative statement. This question ki negative statement vachesi, what is the negative statement?
Hadn't he been studying since morning?
Very good. Someone please mute yourself. Yeah, someone has raised their hands. Let me check who is this. Kavita madam and Bindu madam. Madam Chappandi, Kavita ma'am.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Chappandi ma'am.
ఒక్క నిమిషం మేడం. Second, madam.
Yeah. Read out the second example, then we will see the negative form of that second one, ma'am.
We had been playing for about half an hour.
Yeah.
We hadn't been playing for about half an hour.
Yeah, very good.
Had we been playing for about half an hour?
Yeah.
Hadn't we been playing for about half an hour?
Yeah, very good, ma'am. We had been
madam.
playing. Yeah, very good, ma'am. We had been playing for about half an hour. We had not been playing for about half an hour. Had we been playing for half an hour? Hadn't we been playing about half an hour? Yeah, like this. First, we need to take positive sentence, then for it negative sentence, next question sentence, and question negative sentence. Yeah, who will be raising their hands to say this third one? Any forms?
I will say, ma'am.
Yes, Nandini ma'am.
No, ma'am, Bindu.
Yeah, Bindu Chapama. Yeah. Third one.
Negative sentence, huh, ma'am?
Yeah, negative చెప్పినా పర్లేదు అని చెప్పినా పర్లేదు.
I hadn't been working hard all day.
Yeah.
Had I been working hard all day? Hadn't I been working hard all day?
Very good. The positive statement for that is I had been working hard all day. నేను రోజంతా చాలా కష్టపడి పని చేశాను. I had not been working hard all day. నేను రోజంతా అసలు కష్టపడి పని చేయలేదు. Had I been working hard all day? Question. నేను కష్టపడి పని రోజంతా పని చేశానా? Hadn't I been working hard all day? నేను రోజంతా కష్టపడి పని చేయలేదా? పని చేయట్లేదా రోజంతా కష్టపడి? This is the question form for this third one. Next, fourth one. She had been singing for 10 years. Is he saying this?
10 years. She hadn't been singing for 10 days. Had she been singing for 10 days? Hadn't she been singing for 10 days?
Yeah. She had been singing for 10 years. She hadn't been singing for 10 years. Had she been singing for 10 years? Hadn't she been singing for 10 years? So, tenses, if at all you are able to write and read properly, please. Yeah, wherever required, please unmute yourself and you can speak. Screen. Yeah, coming to the fourth example, who will be saying it? They had been waiting for 10 minutes. Fifth example, they had been waiting for 10 minutes. Shall I unmute anyone? If they raise the hands, after completing, మీరు హ్యాండ్ లోయర్ చేస్తే వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వడానికి నాకు అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. Whoever it is, ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత అందరిని రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను, అందరూ పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్తే ఇట్ వుడ్ బి ఈజీ ఫర్ యూ టు సే ఇట్.
They hadn't been waiting for 10 minutes. Had they been waiting for 10 minutes? Hadn't they been waiting for 10 minutes?
Yeah, very good. They had been waiting for 10 minutes. They had not been waiting for 10 minutes. Only for negative sentence మనం ఏం చేయాలి? What we need to do? We need to add not in between had and been. They had not been waiting for 10 minutes. And for making it as question, auxiliary verb ని ముందుకు తీసుకొచ్చి pronoun or noun subject ని next తీసుకొని రావాలి. Had they been waiting for 10 minutes? Had they been, had అనే verb ని ముందుకు తీసుకొని వచ్చి నెక్స్ట్ ఉన్న మెయిన్ verb ని మెయిన్ noun ని మధ్యలోకి తీసుకొని రావాలి. Had they been, where the question is, fifth one. Had they been waiting for 10 minutes? వాళ్ళు అసలు 10 minutes వెయిట్ చేశారా? Hadn't they been waiting for 10 minutes? వాళ్ళు 10 minutes వెయిట్ చేయలేదా అనేది just questions. Next, who would be saying this sixth one? Kavita madam, can you? G Kavita madam or Kavita madam, both Kavita madam.
My mom had not been combing hair.
Yeah.
My mom positive.
Already he has given a negative statement.
Negative sentence.
Yeah, first say me positive sentence of it, ma'am.
My mom had been combing hair.
Yeah, good.
Had my mom been combing hair?
Good.
Hadn't my mom been combing hair?
Wow, very good, ma'am. Very good. He has given negative statement here. First, madam has said positive statement of it, which goes like this. My mom had been combing hair. Andlo just not this is the, it will be positive statement. My mom had been combing hair. For that, negative statement is my mom had not been combing hair. For that, question of sentence is had my mom not been had my mom been combing hair? Hadn't my mom been combing hair? These are the question sentence as well as question negative sentence. Coming to the next example. Who can say the next example?
I will say, ma'am.
Please say your name, ma'am, first.
Bindu, ma'am.
Okay, once again, Bindu. Yeah, continue, Bindu.
She hadn't been running for half an hour. Had she been running for half an hour? Hadn't she been running for half an hour?
Yeah, exactly, Bindu madam. Bindu is very much correct. She had been running for half an hour. Half an hour nunchi tanu running chestundi. She had not been running for half an hour. Tanu half an hour nunchi running cheyatam ledu. Had she been running for half an hour? Tanu half an hour nunchi running chestunda. Hadn't she been running for half an hour? Tanu half an hour nunchi running cheyatleda. This is the negative question and question sentences as well as positive statement. Next question, next sentence. We had been walking near the bridge. Yes, who would be saying this?
We hadn't been waiting near the bridge. Had we been waiting near the bridge? Sorry, madam, walking.
Okay.
We hadn't been walking near the bridge. Had we been walking near the bridge? Hadn't we been walking near the bridge? మేడం స్క్రీన్ కొంచెం పెద్దదిగా చేస్తే బాగుంది మేడం.
Yes, ma'am.
కనిపించట్లేదు సరిగ్గా.
Okay, no issues. I'll make it. Is it okay now, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 second. One madam has asked me, ma'am, could you please explain about since, for, when, while? Surely, ma'am. After the examples, we'll surely explain, ma'am. Yes, continue, ma'am. Satya madam adigaru. Surely I'll say after these examples. My mom, we were seeing this, we had been walking near the bridge. This is the positive statement. For this negative statement is, we had not been walking near the bridge. Manamu bridge daggara nadavatam ledu. Had we been walking near the bridge? Manam bridge daggara nadustunnama? hadn't we been walking near the bridge? మనం బ్రిడ్జ్ దగ్గర నడవటం లేదా అనేది నెగటివ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్, ఆస్కింగ్ క్వశ్చన్. నెక్స్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, Anna had been trying to repair her car. So for this negative statement is, can anyone please raise your hand so that I can unmute? ఉన్నవాళ్ళు తక్కువ మంది ఉన్నారు, బట్ స్టిల్ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టు రేజ్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్ అండ్ పార్టిసిపేట్. పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తే చెప్తూ ఉంటే వస్తుంటుంది. యా, సమ్వన్ హ్యాస్ రేజ్డ్ దర్ హ్యాండ్. యా, వనజ మేడం, కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ వనజ గారు.
Had he been reading a newspaper, a positive sentence. Hadn't he been reading a newspaper, negative.
Yeah, question mark, question, negative sentence. Yes.
Negative sentence.
Yes.
ఇంకేం చెప్పాలి మేడం?
For that positive sentence,
he had been reading a newspaper.
yeah,
He hadn't been reading a newspaper.
wow, very good Vanaja madam. Here
Thank you.
is, yeah, here he has given a question number 10. He has given question example ichadu. For that madam has said positive and negative as well as negative question framing also. Had he been reading newspaper, the newspaper chadutunnada? He hadn't been reading newspaper. Atane newspaper chadavatleda anedi question, a negative question. For that positive statement is, he had been reading newspaper. Atane newspaper chadutunnadu. He had not been reading newspaper. Atane newspaper chadavatam ledu. Before that we have skipped the example of Anna had been trying to repair her car. For that negative statement is, Anna had not been
trying to repair her car.
Very good.
Had Anna been trying to repair her car?
Yes.
Hadn't Anna been trying to repair her car?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, very good Nandini ma'am. Nandini ma'am ena?
Vanaja.
Vanaja garena. Okay, Vanaja ma'am. Yeah, it is very correct.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, madam has said correctly. Anna had been trying to repair her car. Anna had not been trying to repair her car. Had Anna been trying to repair her car? Hadn't Anna been trying to repair her car? ఇది వచ్చేసి దాని నెగటివ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఫ్రేమింగ్. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి 11th స్టేట్మెంట్, we had been studying English grammar all, I think I need to reduce the font, all day. Complete statement వచ్చి, we had been studying English grammar all day. For this I think someone has raised hand. I'll unmute them. Soni madam has raised her hand.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes ma'am, you can ask.
I had been eating at that time. అంటే ఆ టైంలో నేను తింటూ ఉన్నాను అని మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది కదా?
Yes ma'am.
I was eating at that time అని అనొచ్చా?
Say it again.
I was eating at that time.
Yes.
ఇలా కూడా చెప్పొచ్చా మ్యామ్?
ఇంకో ఫోన్ చెప్పండి మేడం ఒకసారి. I was eating at that time. నేను ఆ టైంలో తింటున్నాను.
I had eating at that time.
First sentence is present continuous tense. Second is present perfect continuous tense. రెండు కరెక్టే మేడం, కానీ టెన్స్ లో డిఫరెంట్. మనం టెన్సెస్ చూసాం కదా 12 టెన్సెస్ లో. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ present continuous. Next is perfect continuous. రెండు we can say it.
అంటే పాస్ట్ లో జరిగినాయి కదా, ఎలా అయినా చెప్పచ్చా మేడం?
కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు పాస్ట్ లో స్టార్ట్ అయిన వర్కే అది కొద్దిసేపు జరిగింది చెప్తాం అనమాట. అది ఎంత డ్యూరేషన్ లో అయింది అని చెప్పడానికి మనము పాస్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్, పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ టెన్స్ ని యూస్ చేస్తాము. చెప్పొచ్చు మేడం. హ్యాడ్ వచ్చింది అంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్, హ్యాడ్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇండికేట్స్ దట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్. కంటిన్యూస్ ఉంది అంటే పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్. మనకి టెన్సెస్ లో సింపుల్ పాస్ట్, simple past tense. Next, past continuous. Next వచ్చేసి
Past perfect tense.
Very good.
Past perfect tense.
Past perfect continuous tense. Madam has said example of this one.
Past continuous tense.
This is example for this. Yes, for this example, I ate. I ate. Only simple. I ate at that time. At that time ani cheppakapoyina dantlo it is not wrong because we are not mentioning any time. I ate. Next, I was eating at that time. Past perfect వచ్చేసి I had ate at that time. Continuous tense వచ్చేసి
Ma'am, I had eaten వస్తుంది కదా.
Where are you? ఒకసారి చెప్పండి మేడం. What is your doubt?
Past perfect tense, I had eaten at that time వస్తుంది.
Yeah, I missed that word. I had eaten at that time. Eaten అనే word miss అయింది. Yeah, you are correct, ma'am. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll continue. Where were we? We were seeing with the example of 11th one. We had been studying English grammar all day. We had not been studying English grammar all day. Manamu day anta English grammar చదవటం లేదు. Had we been studying English grammar all day? Manam English grammar day anta చదువుతున్నామా? Hadn't we been studying English grammar all day? Manam English grammar day anta చదవటం లేదా? It is a negative kind of asking question. Coming to the next example, it is he had been doing a job at young age. Who would be saying negative form for this? Negative and question along with questions negative.
I will say, ma'am.
Yes, Bindu. Bindu only?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, continue, Bindu.
He hadn't been doing a job at a young age. Had he been doing a job at a young age? Hadn't he been doing a job at a young age?
Oh, yeah, very good, very correct. He had been doing a job at young age. He had not been doing a job at young age. Atanu young age lo job cheyatam ledu. Had he been doing a job at young age? Had he been doing? Atanu young age lo job చేస్తున్నాడా? Hadn't he been doing job at young age? Atanu young age lo job cheyatleda? This is the question form of that sentence. Next, 13th one is I had been listening to music. I had been listening to music. Who would be saying it? Nandini ma'am. Yeah, same.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Cheppandi.
I had not been listening to music. Negative.
Yeah.
Had I been listening to music? Questioning.
Very good.
Hadn't I been listening to music?
Yeah. Question negative. Very good. Can you continue with next one also, ma'am? Yeah. Madam, I think she has unmuted herself. The next example is the elephant had been eating a lot of fruits. For this negative question, negative is the elephant had not been eating a lot of fruits. Din question vachesi
Had an elephant been eating a lot of fruit?
very good. Had the elephant been eating a lot of fruits? Yes, next negative question statement for this.
Hadn't the elephant been eating a lot of fruit?
Very good. Hadn't the elephant been eating a lot of fruits? Next example. The crow had been flying in the sky. The crow had been, sorry, I missed the 15th one. They had been cleaning a house all day. వాళ్ళు డే అంతా ఒక ఇల్లుని క్లీన్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. For this negative statement,
they hadn't been cleaning a house all day. Had they been cleaning a house all day? Hadn't they been cleaning a house all day?
Wow, very good. They had been cleaning a house all day. They had not been cleaning a house all day. Had they been cleaning house all day? Hadn't they been cleaning a house all day? Next one. The crow had been flying in the sky. For this, can anyone? If you raise, I will unmute. ఎవరైనా రేస్ చేస్తే అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తాను. Yeah, someone has raised. Soni madam has raised.
The crow had been flying in the sky. The crow hadn't been flying in the sky.
Yeah.
Had the crow been flying in the sky?
Yeah, very good.
Hadn't the crow had been flying in the sky?
Yeah, very good. The crow had been flying in the sky. The crow had not been flying in the sky. Had the crow been flying in the sky? Hadn't the crow been flying in the sky? This is the negative question of that sentence. Next one. She had been watching a TV since morning. For this, I would like to ask unmute Satya madam. Here your doubt will also be cleared, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, madam.
Yeah.
I had been raising my hand since 20 minutes now, but you couldn't unmute up.
అంటే already the unmute చేసానే అనుకోని I couldn't do it. No issues, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. She had been watching a TV show since morning.
Yeah.
She had not been watching a TV show since morning.
Yeah.
Yes. Had she been watching a TV show since morning?
Very
had
good.
not been watching a TV show since morning.
Yeah. Very good.
Is it
since అనేది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా మనకి టైం వచ్చినప్పుడు మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం మ్యామ్. సిన్స్ అనేది ఫర్ అన్నది టైం బీయింగ్ అంత పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా టైం లేకపోయినా కూడా వి విల్ యూజ్ ఇట్. ఇక్కడ సిన్స్ అని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. మార్నింగ్ అని అంటే ఇట్ విల్ బి ఫ్రమ్ AM 12 AM ఎంత టైం ఉంటుందో ఆ మార్నింగ్ లోనే, అంటే బిఫోర్ 12 noon ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా టైమింగ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి సిన్స్ దట్ exact timing ఉన్నప్పుడే we will be using this since. For is a preposition. For is a preposition. Someone trying to speak or just a second. Maybe I don't know from where I'm getting the disturbance. Still I am getting it. We will leave. Yeah, you have asked for since అనేది exact time ఉన్నప్పుడు వాడతాము. For అనేది exact time ఉంది లేకపోయినా we will be using for. మనకు కరెక్ట్ టైం తెలిసినా తెలియకపోయినా కూడా we can use for. But since కరెక్ట్ టైం తెలియకపోతే యూస్ చేయడానికి ఉండదు. Into when అంటే ఎప్పుడు kind of used for making questions. Like what ని how ని ఎలా యూస్ చేస్తామో when ఎక్కడ జరిగింది when అంటే ఎక్కడ when ఎప్పుడు సారీ when అనేది ఎప్పుడు జరిగింది అన్న క్వశ్చన్స్ యూస్ చేయడానికి we will be using when. Coming to the last word while అంటే how it can be said in Telugu. I have been sleeping for a while. కొద్దిసేపటి గురించి I was speaking for a while. I got a phone call on which I was speaking for some time. అలా కొద్దిసేపు చేస్తున్నాము యూస్ చేసేటప్పుడు we can for some time we can use this while. I had been sleeping for a కొద్దిసేపు I slept. For use of little bit of time mention చేయడానికి we can use the while. ఎగ్జాక్ట్ టైమింగ్ మనకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి. ఫర్ తెలియకుండా we can use it. when అన్నది
క్వశ్చన్ ఫామ్ కాకుండా మేడం ఇంకొకటి కూడా దాన్ని ఇంకో రకంగా కూడా యూజ్ చేస్తారు కదా, అది డౌట్ మేడం.
Depending on the statement, depending on the sentence, exactly we can use it. Depending on the statement, we can use it. When it had happened, I was eating. When the incident had occurred, I was eating. ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగింది ఎప్పుడు అంటే నేను అప్పుడు తింటున్నాను. అక్కడ మనం ఎవరిని క్వశ్చన్ అడగట్లేదు కదా. When that incident has happened, at the time I was sleeping. ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ ఫైర్ యాక్సిడెంట్ or something has happened, at the time I was eating. Actually అది ఎప్పుడు అంటే మనం ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు someone might ask ఒక ఫైర్ యాక్సిడెంట్ or something has happened. అప్పుడు నువ్వేం చేస్తున్నావు అన్నప్పుడు I will be answering. When that incident has happened, I was sleeping. I was not there in the city at all. When that incident has happened, I was unaware of it. అసలు ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగినప్పుడు తెలియదు. ఆ కండిషన్స్ కూడా depending upon the statement we can use the ma'am.
మేడం క్లియర్ మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ డౌట్ మేడం, ఇప్పుడు ఈ పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ కానీ ప్రెసెంట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ కంటిన్యూస్ కానీ సింస్ ఫర్ నార్మల్ గానే వాడతాము. ఇంకా ఏవైనా కూడా దీనికి పర్టికులర్ గా ఈ టెన్సెస్ కోసం వాడేవి పర్టికులర్ గా ఉన్నాయి ఈ కంజక్షన్ లో, అంటే కలపడానికి ఆ వాక్యాన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్ ని కలపడానికి ఇంకా ఏం పదాలు ఉపయోగిస్తారు వాటి?
Many are there, ma'am. Although is there, but is there. When we are talking about conjunctions, we have many. As soon as possible as conjunctions అనేది complete separate.
Particular ఈ రెండు టెన్సెస్ కోసం మేడం. పర్టికులర్ గా
we can use although. Can use yeah, although. అది కూడా అంటే రెండు సెంటెన్సెస్ కంబైన్ చేయాల్సి వచ్చినప్పుడే. Yeah, tomorrow we will be seeing, we will be taking two sentences, we will combine it although and we will see it, how it comes.
Thank you so much, madam.
Yeah, right. Time to end the session. If you have any doubts, you can please ask. The migilna examples, remaining examples, we'll see it a bit faster. Chaptara. Two examples are there. Only 3 are left out. Kavita madam. I'll unmute G. Kavita madam as well as Bindu madam. Close that examples then before ending up the session. Anyone can speak.
We hadn't been planting a tree in the park. Had we been planting a tree in the park? Hadn't we been planting a tree in the park?
Very good.
He hadn't been laughing too much in the classroom. Had he been laughing too much in the classroom? Hadn't he been laughing too much in the classroom?
Yeah, good.
The shopkeeper hadn't been selling clothes for 2 years. Had shopkeeper been selling clothes for 2 years? Hadn't after been sailing flats for 2 years.
Yes, very good, Gunu. Like that, the past perfect continuous tense is used. This past perfect continuous tense is used to say the things which has already been started in the past and it will be continued for some time. మనం మాట్లాడేటప్పటికి ఆ పని అయిపోయి ఉండొచ్చు లేదా కంటిన్యూ జరుగుతూ ఉండొచ్చు. Somehow it has been started in the past. ఈ past perfect continuous tense ఆ పని ఎంత డ్యూరేషన్ అయ్యింది అని emphasize చేయడానికి మనకి యూజ్ అవుతుంది. Is it past perfect continuous tense? It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
used to emphasize ఆ పని ఆ యాక్షన్ ఎంతసేపు అయ్యింది అని చెప్పడానికి ఆ డ్యూరేషన్ ఎంఫసైజ్ చేయడానికి ఈ past perfect continuous tense అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తారు. The things which has already been started, already past start అయ్యి it will continue for some time. Duration mention చేయడానికి we will use this sentences. So today's class past perfect continuous tense. Any doubts you can ask. Or else let us end the session as already.
Thank you, madam. Okay.
Thank you all. Tomorrow we will be regarding the next one. Next tense ఒకటి చూద్దాము. If you have any doubts regarding any past things which I have taught, you can ask me tomorrow. Tomorrow I am available. I will be available tomorrow. Thank you all. In the session.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, well explained.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shekhar sir, are you there? I think they can only end the meeting. Co-host, I will not be able to end it. Can everyone leave the meeting? I don't know how to end this. If you leave it and try this, it is not.